Morning Year 4. For today's active starter, you're going to need your posters again. You're going to need the one that says unit fraction and the one that says non-unit fraction, and put them in two different places so that you can run between. Slightly different today, I'm going to show you some fractions on shapes, and I want you guys to tell me the fraction and then run to the correct poster. Is it a unit fraction or a non-unit fraction? Remember, a unit fraction has 1 as the numerator and a non-unit fraction has more than 1 as the numerator. Okay, are you ready? All right, ready, go. What fraction is that? And then run to the right poster. Well done. It's a half and it's a unit fraction. Okay, ready, go. Yeah, it's an eighth and it's a unit fraction. What about this one? Well done, 2/6, and it's a non-unit fraction. Go. Yep, it's a tenth and it's a unit fraction. What about this one? Yeah, 3/12 and it's a non-unit fraction. What about this one? It's a third and it's a unit fraction. Well done. What about this one? Yeah, it's a sixth and it's a unit fraction. Good job. What about that one? Correct, 4/6 and it's a non-unit fraction. Have a go at that one. Two-fifths and it's a non-unit fraction. This one. Well done, 1/4 and it's a unit fraction. About this one. Excellent, 3/4 and a non-unit fraction. Have a go at that one. Yeah, well done, a third and a unit fraction. What about this one? Excellent, it's a fifth and a unit fraction. Have a go at this one. Yeah, 4/10 and it's a non-unit fraction. And the last one. Well done, 3/8 and it's a non-unit fraction. Great job, hope you warmed up. For today's lesson, we're going to begin to explore equivalent fractions. What's the big picture? We need to understand that equivalent fractions are the same size. They help us when we need to add and subtract fractions with different denominators, and they help us to understand how to simplify fractions. Our key vocabulary for the lesson is equal to, equivalent, fraction, halves, thirds, quarters, sixths, eighths, and twelfths. For these lessons, you may want to look at your fraction wall, which was in your pack we gave out in about November. So this fraction wall will help you with equivalence because you'll be able to see it. So you might want to dig that out of the pack. I will attach it to parent mail just in case you wish to print it again. Today we're going to be looking at equivalent. What does equivalent mean? It means of equal value, amount or meaning. We can look at these £5 coins here. They are equivalent to one £5 note because they are same. £5 coins is the same as a £5 note. We can also look at this addition here. 3 plus 3 is equivalent to 5 plus 1 because they both equal 6. We can also look at it from measures. 1 centimetre is equivalent to 10 millimetres. They are the same. Let's look at this bar model here. We're going to split it into two sections. Each section is worth a half. If we shade one half here and then look at this bar model and split it into quarters, we can see that if we were to shade the same amount on this bar, that 1/2 is the same as 2/4. Let's look at this bar here. We're going to divide it into 4 equal sections. So each section is 1/4. We're going to shade 2 of those quarters. Let's have a look at this bar here. We're going to divide it into 8 equal sections. What fraction would one section be? That's right, it's an eighth. So all of those are eighths. Let's colour the same amount from the top bar to the second bar. How many eighths are equivalent to a half? Pause the video and have a think. That's right, 2/4 is the same as a half, 4/8 is the same as a half, and 2/4 is the same as 4/8. Good job. Let's have a look at these bars here. We're going to divide the top one into thirds and the bottom one into sixths. Can you have a look at those bars there? What would be the numerator on the sixths? The top bar is 2/3 and the bottom bar is so many sixths. Have a think. Let's shade 2 of those thirds in the top bar. If we were then to shade exactly the same in the bar below, you can see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4 sixths shaded. So the numerator would be 4. Good job. Let's have a look at this bar. It's divided into 3 equal sections. And then underneath it, we've got the bar divided into 12 equal sections. So we've got twelfths. If we were to shade 1/3 and match that underneath, you can see that 1/3 is the same as 4/12. What if we were to shade another third? So we've got 2/3 and we were to match it underneath. 2/3 would equal 8/12. If we were to shade the last third, 3/3, and match underneath, how many twelfths would equal 3/3 now? That's right, 3/3 is the same as 12/12. We have coloured the whole of both bars. As well as comparing fractions side by side, we can also see equivalent fractions within the bar. Here we have a bar divided into 12 sections. Let's shade 4 of those sections. So that is 4/12. Can you see what unit fraction of the bar this is? Pause the video and have a think. Let's have a look. If we cover the shaded area, we can see there are 2 more blocks of 4, making 3 sections altogether. 1 out of 3 sections is the same as a third. Can you also see that the green area is equivalent to a third? 1/3 is the same as 4/12. Here we have 3 bars of equal sizes that have been divided into different numbers of equal sections. Hi Tiny. Tiny says I could use any of these bar models to show a half. Do you agree with Tiny? Pause the video and have a think. Let's have a look. I'm going to put a bar underneath and I'm going to divide it into 2 equal sections to show a half. If we were to shade half of the bar above that's divided into 10 equal sections, you can see that we shade 5 out of 10, which is the same as a half. If we were to do the same for the bar model above in 6s, you can see that we shade 3 out of 6. 3/6 is the same as a half. If we try to show that on the second bar model, we can't show a half. Can you see why? Now it's your turn. Remember to only do one chili's worth of work depending on how you've got on with the lesson. You can do chili 1, chili 2 or chili 3. This question is suitable for chili 1. Shade the bar models to represent the fractions. So for A, shade half of the bar model, and for B, shade 2/4 of the bar model. What do you notice? If you haven't got the sheet, you can just write down how many of the bars you would actually shade in. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 1 and chili 2. It says complete the equivalent fractions. Have a look at the bars to help you. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for all of the chilies. It says shade the bar models to represent the equivalent fractions. So for A, you can see the thirds at the top, and at the bottom, you can see the sixths. So you need to shade in the third and then the 2/6. Or you can just jot down how many you would shade in. And for B, you've got the thirds at the top and the 4/6 at the bottom. You need to shade 2 of the thirds and 4 of the sixths. Pause the video and have a go now. This question continues on from the last one, so it's suitable for all chilies. Can you have a go at shading the bar models to represent the equivalent fractions? You've got 1/3 and 3/9 for C, and 2/3 and 6/9 for D. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for all chilies again. It says match each bar model to its equivalent fraction. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is for all the chilies again. Can you shade the bar models to complete the equivalent fractions? So for A, can you shade a half? Then can you match underneath that half and work out how many 12ths it would be? Do the same for B and C. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 2 and 3. The bar model represents fractions. Which is the odd one out? And why do you think this? Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 3. It says this bar model represents 3/4. Tick the bar model that can be used to show a fraction that is equivalent to 3/4. Shade the bar models to support your answers. Pause the video and have a go now. Great work today. This is your chance to check your work. So here's the answers to the first question. What did you notice? They're equivalent, they're the same. 1/2 is the same as 2/4. Well done. Have a look here. A, you've got 4/8. 4/8 is the same as a half. For B, 1/4 is the same as 2/8. And for C, 3/4 is the same as 6/8. Have a look at these bar models here. 1/3 equals 2/6. Did you shade in those? Well done. And 2/3 equals 4/6. Did your next bar models look like this? 1/3 shaded and 3/9 shaded. And then 2/3 shaded and 6/9 shaded. Match each bar model to its equivalent fraction. You can see that half is matched to the third bar model, third is matched to the last bar model, 1/4 is matched to the top bar model, and 1/8 is matched to the second bar model. Shade the bar models to complete the equivalent fractions. So 1/2 is the same as 6/12, 1/3 is the same as 4/12, and 1/6 is the same as 2/12. The bar models represent fractions. Which one is the odd one out? It's B, because B represents 3/4. A represents 2/3, C represents 4/6, and D represents 6/9. They are all equivalent fractions, except for B. Good job. This bar model represents 3/4. Tick the bar models that can be used to show a fraction that is equivalent to 3/4. Shade the bar models to support your answers. The bar models that could have been used to show equivalence to 3/4 were the second one and the third one. Good job. Last week, these children completed the 5 tasks set on Garage. So well done to Sam, Eliza, Poppy, Alfie, Zach, Bella, Mia, Yasmin, Austin, Shannon and Tyler in 4EP. Well done to Izzy, Thomas, Louis and Noah in 4S. Well done to John, Micah, Maisie, Isla, Cole, Bella, Elsie, Cole, Alice, Bentley and Tyler in 4B. And well done to Emily, Rose, Maya, Erin, Holly, Cohen, Ethan and Amelia in 4M. I've already added you a dojo point on, guys. Well done. You can email me any work, photos or videos to this email address. Great work today, guys. See you tomorrow.